Woohoo!
Hello, my sewing friends. This is a bit of a catch-up. I'm Jen, and I've been missing Friday Sews. So I've been missing you, and it's because I've been gone, I've been traveling, and I'm finally home, and I've been home for 2 or 3 days now, and so I think I'm getting my energy back. Gosh, a lot of people, a lot of traveling. I'll tell you all about it kind of when I get to life. But in the meantime, I have a lot of sewing. It was really a pleasure to walk back in here and just be around all my stuff. It's very nice. And bonus, I got new glasses, which are progressives, and I can see so much better. Not that I won't wear my contacts all the time, but man, these things make it so much easier to do close work because I can just kind of glance down. I thought it would take me a little while to get used to them, but I'm okay. Okay, so lots to tell you about. I started a project before I left to go on my trip, which was about 2 weeks ago. And I made these. These are called Prosperity Hens, and I made them out of men's ties. I did that to meet a challenge, which was put out. It was the monthly challenge for my group of sewing people that I am a part of. And I got to tell you, I'm not finished with them yet. They're supposed to hang like this. And I don't have the wooden beads yet. I have the canvas. I have the big long needle. I just don't have the wooden beads. I think I do, but I went out in the garage, looked everywhere, could not find any beads, which is highly unusual. I don't know. Maybe I gave them to Goodwill. I don't know. But easy project. They're all silk, and the reason I did Prosperity Hens was because it was something that I wanted to do for a while, and my daughter Jenna just got married this past February, and I thought, oh, that'd be a nice thing for her to have in her house. They're of Indian origin, and essentially the idea is that if you have a lot of chickens, then you are prosperous. So you hang these to, I don't know, hope that you're going to be prosperous. I don't know. I just know that they're really cute. They're just little birds, and they've got a little beak and little tail feathers, and you hang them, you know, and then you're supposed to put a bell at the bottom. So I don't have them done yet, but it was something interesting and different to make from men's silk ties. And it's a gift for my daughter. Okay, brief rant. I went in and got my ties at Salvation Army. They were 99 cents and $1.99. I stuck with the 99-cent ones because I didn't want to spend a ton of money. I got 5, all silk, made sure they were silk, looked at the tag. I was later looking for something else at Goodwill. So I'm thrifting, I'm going along, and I'm thinking, you know what? I wonder how much their ties are. And I walked over, they were $5.99. $5.99, $6 US for a tie, a man's tie. Are you kidding me? Okay, here's the rant. Goodwill is a nonprofit charity. It's a non-profit. Yeah, keywords there, non-profit. Every bit of their inventory is donated, or at least most of it. They've got a lot of, you know, junky kind of things, like a, you know, what's it called, a gauntlet as you go up to the cash register now. But anyway, most of it is donated, if not all. And the prices have gone up. Okay, I get it, inflation. But, you know, recently I looked to see how much those CEOs are making who are in areas of the country. You know, they lead up kind of entire regions of the country. $500,000 and more, often more, for upper level management, which starts at probably $3,000 or $400,000 a year to, you know, upwards of between 500 and $1 million. That's how much these people are making to run Goodwill. Okay, I get you got operating costs, you got to pay people, you know, you've got all the things that go along with it, but you pay nothing for your inventory, and you are a non-profit. I get that being a CEO is a hard job, but man, that's a lot of money that they're making. And I'm paying for it when I pay $5.99 for a man's tie. Okay, rent over. I love Salvation Army because they're a church. I love St. Vincent de Paul because they're a church. I love the pet rescues because they're charities that, they're nonprofits that, they're willing to bring their prices down to what they should be. Okay. I found those ties, made those hens, have not gotten over to Walmart to be able to get the wooden beads that I need to finish them. So that is priority number one, because I don't want to leave them. If I do, they won't get done. So, all the things. Up next is a whole lot of Christmas, because I am doing no sewing for myself or anyone else other than Christmas this year in the month of December. Since it is December 2, I have a whole pile up here of stuff. So I went to my local quilt shop yesterday and I drooled. It was like being in a candy shop, and I got to buy so many things because I needed 5 fabrics for each gift and I needed 4 gifts. So anyway, I am going to make an apron for one of my daughters, the same daughter that's getting the prosperity hens. And this, I wasn't sure which daughter I was going to make it for. I may go back and get more fabric and make more aprons, but all I want is a little half apron. Waistband with ties, gathered, pocket. That's it. So I got a half a yard of this. This is a quilting cotton. This says Timeless Treasures of Fabrics of Soho. And it's not enough on the selvage to tell me the name of the fabric, but it's all about apples. Fresh picked apples, apple orchard. And my daughter Jenna was the one that made the apple pie for Thanksgiving. So I got this and I'm going to make her an apron. So that was the first half yard. I probably should have gotten a yard, but oh well. The rest are all going to be bowl covers. And that was requested by Mia, who is number 3. And I didn't know what size to make them all. Now I do have a bowl cover pattern that I made for my KitchenAid mixer bowl, but that's a KitchenAid mixer bowl. And I don't know what size bowls to make. I want to make, 3 or 4 for each girl, but because they're so easy, but I don't know exactly what size bowl covers to make. So you know what I did? I went on Amazon and I ordered some bowl covers. So those should be here probably in the next couple of days, and I'm going to use those as patterns and I'll probably keep them after that. But they'll be nice as a pattern for, standard sizes for bowl cut. Now, I know I probably could have Googled it and gotten, sizes, and I just didn't want to go to the trouble because I'm Googling so many things these days. So I'm not going to go through these individually, but I will show you kind of a peek through of the ones I got. They're so pretty. These fabrics are gorgeous. Some are kind of girly, like this whole section is for my daughter, my eldest daughter, and she likes darker things. The strawberries are all for my first and a half daughter. She's a twin sister to the oldest. And then the last one's purple. It's for the one, number 4, who got married, and she gets the apron and the prosperity hens. So beautiful fabrics. What a treat. What a treat to go in there and just, drool and think, I might have to go back again and get more half yards for more aprons. It's going to depend on how much time I have. I mean, those go together so quick, but it's easy to say that. And then you've got, 500 things and you got to, they're so quick. Yeah, except that 500 of them takes a lot of time. Okay. So then we move on to the Munchkin, who I got to see. My grandson is 3 years old. He was 3 years old on the 23rd of November. So it was, Sunday, a couple of weeks ago. And right before Thanksgiving. So we had a big fun celebration for him, and it was a good time. I bought this fabric back in the when Joann's was still around, and it's glow in the dark. It's got spacemen and astronauts and, satellites and planets and stuff, but it glows in the dark. How they did that, I have no idea. But this is going to be a long sleeve t-shirt for him. It's from the Anything But Basic tee for kids. Well, I would have had it done by now, but I didn't have any ribbing for around the neck and also for the cuffs on the sleeves. So I got some ribbing and it matches perfectly. So that won't take any time at all, or it shouldn't. It's me though, you know, who knows. But I'm glad this fabric came. It came from Surge Fabrics. I had ordered some Ponte, and at the same time I just thought, well, everything's on sale, I might as well go ahead. So I did. And then I'm going to make him the Brindle and Twig hoodie. It's a free pattern. I've got it all put together and cut to the right size, and I just need to cut it out. And this is a woodland print. It is sweatshirting, and I think it was also from Joann's. And I didn't have any ribbing for that, but I got some. So this goes perfectly. I'm really happy with that. Now those are at the top of the list. Everything's at the top of the list, to be honest. Yeah, what can I say? I've got a lot of sewing to do. I'm also working on the Munchkins quiet book. I only have 3 pages done so far. I have the cover, which is a little raccoon. I have the peekaboo cat who has Velcro eyes, and you can pull up his little paws and he plays peekaboo with you. Oh, it's so cute. And these are time consuming, but they're not difficult. So I have some more that I want to do, and I laid one here. The next one up is a shoe. I had the pattern, but I don't know where it went. Anyway, so got to work on that because I really want to have that for him for Christmas, because he's at an age now where this is a great thing to have. You know, it's like numbers and letters and buckles and ties and, you know, all the things. If you have any good suggestions for a page, you know, like how to put together a page, like buttons, or I don't know, whatever. If you've made one of these quiet books, then let me know. I would love to hear your thoughts. And last of all, I fussed around and tried to find flannel for pajama pants. Well, if you want anything Christmassy that's plaid, it's gone. It's pretty much all gone. Or at least all the tartans are gone, you know. But I found some at Fabric Direct, and I don't have a tracking number for them quite yet, but I'm hoping that will get here. I don't know, in the next week or so would be great, because it's the 2nd of December today, and I just want to get it done. I do have a pattern. It is Simplicity 8022, but this was reissued by Simplicity as 9132, and I believe it's still in the books. I say still in the books. I always say that, but you know, who's got books now? I don't know. It's on the website. You can get this pattern if you want it. And what I love about it is that it's one pattern piece. So all I really need to do is take time to trace out all the sizes that I'm going to need, which a couple of them are doubled up, maybe 2 or 3. So got to get that done. That's all the sewing that I have ahead of me. There's a big pile right here. All of this. Yeah, got to get it all done. It's a lot. I think I can do it, though. I may be in here constantly, but I do think I can do it. So hopefully I can. Okay, let me tell you about life. My daughter made me this. It's a little crocheted Christmas tree, and she said, Dad, my husband, said it would be cute if I put pins in it for the ornaments. So I did. I happened to have some pins that were kind of colored. So I stuck them in all over, and it's so cute. I love it. I'm really going light on the decorating this year. I'm just not in the mood. I don't know. Well, let me tell you about life. Thanksgiving. I hope yours was fantastic. Mine was pretty good, I have to say. I left home on a Tuesday, and I flew to Indianapolis, spent the night with my sister, got to see 2 of my most precious friends in the world, as well as my sister. And that evening we sat and talked and ate and caught up, and oh my gosh, it's never enough time. Next day I went to my dentist, where I had good news, and then I went on to my mom and dad's house. Well, the following Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I got to see 2 of my oldest friends. I've known these people since I was probably 18, 19 years old, and I got to catch up with them, and all afternoon on Friday. I mean, like, I think I met him at 1 o'clock and we got out of there about 6. It was late. It was dark. And, you know, never enough time to catch up with friends. So, okay, so then Saturday night, we had Thanksgiving for supper. So I made the noodles and the pecan and the pumpkin pies using a new pie crust recipe that I had not tried in the past. It was from my dad's sister. Now, I say that because she, I suppose, technically is my aunt, but he's my stepdad. He's been my stepdad for 53 years, but so he's dad. But anyway, it's his sister. It involved vinegar and an egg, and it was terrible. I thought at first it was going to be great. I thought, oh, this pie crust is fabulous because it rolled out so nicely. But no, it was tough, and no, it was not good. But I made the noodles. This could have been better. My thing with noodles is I never roll them thin enough. I don't know. We eat noodles on mashed potatoes with turkey and gravy. That, I know, does not make any sense. Starch on starch is just what I've always done. And that's because my mom always did that. I've been eating that for Thanksgiving since I was little. So had that. It was really nice. That was Saturday. Monday, I flew to Virginia to be with my family. And so I was there through Thanksgiving. And then on Black Friday, we flew home. Delayed a little bit, slightly, not bad. Got home that evening because we were delayed. We got home at about 10 o'clock and drove back home. And, you know, Thanksgiving was fabulous. My kids all cooked, and all I did was make bread and then a pecan pie. And Jenna made an apple pie. And what else? And I made the noodles. And I made sure to roll them out really thin. So I wish I could have brought some home. But in the end, I told my husband, I said, I'll just make some more. You know, no big deal. So getting home, I was not just worn out from the trip, because when I left, I did not realize that I would be gone for 11 days. That's almost 2 weeks. I mean, it's a week and a half. I just didn't realize. And so when I got home, I was just done. And not just that, I saw so many people. Fabulous to see them. Oh my gosh, I cannot rave enough about what a pleasure it was to be with them. But oh man, I was peopled out. Did not go to church Sunday, did not go to small group Sunday. I couldn't do the people thing. And I'm just now starting to be able to, know that I've got to go get my hair done tomorrow. So I know I'm going to be able to do that. But woo, baby. I am an introvert that gets really depleted energy-wise when I'm with people a lot. And family, I think I've said it before, is tricky for me. Got to watch what I say, got to be careful. And, I was in a kitchen that wasn't mine, and I couldn't find anything, and I didn't have anything. Although, I got to tell you this story about Bessie. Okay, her name isn't that. I'm pretty sure. I don't know what her name is, but I got to tell you. Okay, so my husband and I, when we get to a place, we always go to Walmart. It's just inevitable. We need 2 or 3 things. So we were at Walmart looking for a food processor. I also needed 2 or 3 other things that I had not gotten in my cosmetic bag. And so I was picking those up. So I'm going down the toothpaste aisle. And I kind of went around a lady who had a cart, older lady. And she's just standing there leaning on the cart, and she's just looking at the stuff. And so I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Here, let me get around you." And she said, "Oh, I'm in your way." And I said, No, you're not in my way." So then I went over to the cosmetics section for, I don't even know what it was, and saw her over there. And I thought, oh, there she is again. And then I went over to the aisle. My husband and I are together. We went over to the appliances aisle looking for a food processor, and I'm thinking, I'm not making pie crust again without a food processor because it's so much easier, and somebody needs to have one. If there isn't one here in Virginia, then I will buy one and give it to one of my girls. So I'm looking around, and we're both standing there staring at the wall of food processors, and I'm thinking, I do not want to pay $100 for a food processor. $50 is fine. I'll do that. And all of the $50 ones were small. And so I thought, I saw a KitchenAid one, and I thought, maybe that's bigger. It was kind of with smaller ones, but I thought, maybe. So I picked it up, and I'm looking at the box, and Mark says, you just need to look inside the box. And so I thought I should look inside the box. Okay, that meant I had to take the thing completely out of the box. And I don't like doing that in the middle of the aisle. But I've got the thing out of the box. I looked at it. No sooner did I look at it that I realized, no, it's too small. It's not going to work. So I'm trying to put it back in the box. And this lady, same lady, comes around. And she just kind of is, with her cart, because we're with a cart too. And she's getting around us. And my husband said, I'm sorry. Are we in your way? I'm sorry. And she goes, oh, no, I'm just here for the show. She was watching me be so frustrated trying to get this food processor back into the box. And I swear to you, I got it out of the box and I put it in exactly the same way. And I was still, doming at the top. Like I couldn't get it flat. Oh, it's driving me crazy. So she's going, she's cheering me on, oh, I know you can do it. Oh, it's it. And I said, I had to buy a food processor because I'm not making pie crust again without a food processor. So she finally gets, she can't help herself. So she comes over, she said, oh, just let me do it. And I said, okay. So I backed up and she starts doing it, trying to get it down into the box and realizing it won't go into the box. It wasn't me. So anyway, she's pushing it down and going, oh, it's starting to go. Oh, thank you, Jesus. And oh my gosh, what a delight. She made my entire week. Oh my gosh. So, we finally do whatever we can, get it in a box, put it back on the shelf. And I said, well, that's it. I'm not buying a food processor because they're too expensive. I'll just go, honey, let's just go over into the utensils aisle and I'll buy a pastry cutter, because I don't think one of my oldest daughter, whose kitchen we were in, I don't think she has one. And he goes, okay. And then this woman starts talking, and I said, I just can't make a decent pie crust. And this is because I just made the pie crust with the egg and the vinegar and it didn't turn out. I said, I'm just trying to make a decent pie crust. And I had a recipe that worked, but I made another one and it didn't work. And I'm just, daggone it, I'm going to make a decent pie crust. I'm on a mission. She said, oh, honey, don't be negative. I can't be negative, because if I was, then I couldn't get out of bed in the morning because it hurts too much. And I said, oh my gosh, I know what you mean. And so anyway, she and Mark and I were just having a big old time there in the appliances aisle. And we walked away and thought, she was incredible. She was fabulous. Just what a delight. Oh my gosh. So we saw her head towards the checkout area, and we got finished and we went back and got in the car and then looked at each other and said, we should go find her and invite her to Thanksgiving. And we really did try to find her, and she kind of just vanished. And I don't know what happened to her, if she was an angel or if she just, I don't know exactly. But she made my entire holiday season. Oh gosh, if that's the best thing that happens to me, I will not be surprised, because that was incredible. So that's my story about Thanksgiving. And getting home, getting back into the swing of things, I'm working on it. I'm doing my best. So I wanted to catch up with you because I just hadn't talked to you in a while. And I did have a little bit of Jesus at one point, but I don't remember what it was. I think it was from Luke 1:14. What's it say? And we beheld his glory. That's the part I remember. That verse. I'll put it here on the screen. But the thing I wanted to tell you about that when I read it was this: God, there was nothing in it for him. Like, he didn't owe us. He didn't need to do this to pay back, us for doing something. He's not human. So that's kind of the point. There was nothing in it for him except to get us back, to become a person down here, a human, and then, die for us. So, yeah, that's what I want to leave you with. For this Christmas season. I will see you on Friday. I promise you, I will see you on Friday. And so until then, I just hope you have a good rest of your week. And I love you all, and I will see you on Friday. Thanks for watching.